How to actually train your brain to attract money. Just reading that probably sparked something in you. Because deep down, you've always known money isn't just about math, it's about mindset. Most people think wealth is reserved for the lucky, the connected, or the born rich. But here's the truth, your brain might be the very thing keeping you broke, and no one ever taught you that. You grew up hearing money doesn't grow on trees or rich people are greedy, and those phrases? They didn't just bounce off. They rewired how you see money before you even earned your first dollar. So let me ask you, do you ever feel like you're doing everything right, working hard, saving, following all the advice, but your bank account still looks the same? That's not laziness. That's programming. You're trying to win a race with one foot on the brake. This isn't about budgets or hustle culture. This is about rewiring the way your mind processes money, your habits, your beliefs, your automatic financial reflexes. What if you could train your brain to naturally think and act like someone who builds wealth with ease? Not theoretically, but in actual decisions you make daily. Imagine paying off debt, growing investments, and feeling calm instead of anxious every time you check your bank account. Sounds like magic, but it's all mindset. And the best part? Anyone can do it. By the end of this video, you'll know how to flip the switch, using nothing but your mind, a few daily habits, and a willingness to rewrite your story. Let's get into the first step. Waking up with stress already knocking at your door? That's most people's default. But here's the game changer, starting each morning with wealth affirmations literally tells your brain how to behave with money. Phrases like "I attract abundance," or "money flows to me with ease," might sound a bit woo-woo, but neuroscience backs this up. Repetition reshapes your neural pathways. Think of it like brushing your brain's teeth, except instead of fighting cavities, you're scrubbing off broke mindsets. Imagine if every morning felt like the training montage from Creed. That inner hype? That's what these affirmations do for your financial confidence. It's like stepping into your day already knowing you're gonna win. And you don't need candles, crystals, or chanting. Just you, your voice, and 3 minutes of fire statements about your future. Throw them in the mirror while brushing your teeth or walking the dog. No excuses, wealthy minds build powerful money habits one day at a time. Here's what's wild, the brain doesn't fully distinguish between imagination and reality. So when you speak like a wealthy person, your brain starts scanning for actions to match that identity. It's financial psychology 101. Want to stop sabotaging yourself with broke energy? Start planting rich seeds first thing in the morning. Write them down, speak them loud, and let your subconscious do some of the heavy lifting. This is how you train your brain before the world trains it for you. It's not about becoming delusional, it's about becoming deliberate. Athletes use affirmations. CEOs do. Even Rocky Balboa had to tell himself, "I can do this," before stepping in the ring. You think you're gonna master personal finance by repeating "I'm so bad with money"? Nah. Flip the script. Say, "I make smart money moves daily." Because the truth is, your morning mindset sets the tone for every financial decision after. And speaking of setting the tone, wait till you see how visualizing your exact money goals can change your brain's GPS entirely. It's easy to say, "I want to be rich," but what does that actually look like for you? The brain doesn't chase vague ideas, it chases images. That's why top athletes visualize the game before it starts. Your money mindset needs the same clarity. Instead of just wishing for more money, picture paying off that $12,000 in student loans or walking into a new home with the keys in your hand. That level of detail? It fuels action and focus like nothing else. Think about Breaking Bad, not the crime part, obviously, but how Walter White visualized his empire down to the dollar amount he needed. He didn't just say, "I want money." He knew the number. You need that level of precision with your personal finance goals. Don't just dream of quitting your job, picture building a $1,500 per month passive income stream that gives you real options. That's when your brain starts hunting for solutions instead of just scrolling Instagram. You could literally create a wealth vision board on your phone. Add a picture of that exact car model you want, let's say a Tesla Model Y, or screenshots of airplanes in Italy for the trip you've been dreaming of. Every time you see them, your subconscious links your money habits to those goals. And when you're debating whether to drop $40 on Uber Eats again or invest it, that vision board will remind you what's really worth it. This is where financial psychology meets real-life strategy. If you've ever watched The Pursuit of Happiness, you saw how Chris Gardner didn't just want to escape being broke, he visualized being stable, successful, and respected. That clarity kept him going. You need that same emotional fuel. So don't just say I want wealth. Say, I want $50,000 saved so I can buy my first rental property in 18 months. Precision creates obsession. An obsession with the right image? That's where the magic starts. And speaking of magic, what if your brain already had proof you're making real progress? Here's the truth, most people only track their failures with money. But if you want to flip your financial psychology, you've got to start tracking your wins. Even the tiniest ones. Saved $7 by cooking at home instead of ordering DoorDash? That counts. Said no to buying another random gadget from Amazon? That's a win too. When you write this stuff down, you're literally rewiring your brain to see yourself as someone in control of their personal finance journey. Think about Stranger Things. Every time the kids defeat a monster, no matter how small, it builds their confidence to face the next big battle. Same thing here. Keep a money wins note in your phone. Every positive action, like transferring $25 into savings or learning one new finance tip, adds to your inner strength. It's not just about the big milestones. It's the momentum from all the small ones that changes your whole money mindset. Your brain loves repetition. So by logging your daily wins, you build a new money identity. You're not bad with money anymore, you're someone who makes smart moves, even when no one's watching. And that becomes your new reality. Start your day by scanning yesterday's wins. Even if it's just brought my own coffee to work, it sets the tone. Over time, these notes become proof that you're actually learning how to make money, and not just watching others do it. Remember in The Office when Jim quietly builds his plan to leave Dunder Mifflin? He didn't just wish it, he kept stacking small wins until he had a real shot. You're doing the same thing here. Logging your money wins keeps your progress visible. It shows you that every smart choice adds up. And speaking of building momentum, what if you could reprogram the very beliefs that keep slowing you down? Limiting beliefs about money are like invisible chains. Stuff like I'm just not good with money or I'll always be broke get embedded in your brain over time, usually from what you heard growing up. But the 5x5 rule? That's your brain's reset button. Every morning, grab a journal and write down 5 negative money beliefs that pop into your head. Then, flip each one into a new, empowering truth. Do that daily, and you start building new financial pathways. This trick works because your brain doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's repeated. That's why Inception hits so hard. Once an idea is planted deep enough, it becomes your reality. So instead of replaying money's evil, try repeating money as a tool I use with wisdom. You're not just saying it to feel good, you're reprogramming your financial psychology on a core level. That's the kind of personal finance education most people never get taught. It's wild how fast this can shift your money habits. One girl I coached used to think she wasn't smart enough to invest. After 30 days of the 5x5, she started reading books like The Psychology of Money and opened her first Roth IRA. That belief switch changed her whole game. Your thoughts shape your habits, and your habits shape your outcomes. This exercise helps you break the cycle and finally start building the future you actually want. If you've ever watched Ted Lasso, you know how powerful belief can be. He walked into a locker room full of doubt and slowly changed the narrative. You're doing that with your money story. Every time you rewrite a belief, you're stacking new bricks in a stronger foundation. And guess what? You don't need to do it alone, especially if you start feeding your brain the right kind of input every day. Most people don't realize it, but what you feed your mind shows up in your bank account. If your daily scroll is filled with panic about recessions, inflation, or the system being rigged, it's no wonder your mindset gets stuck. Fear blocks creativity and action. But when you start listening to finance tips from people who talk about growth, strategy, and possibility, everything shifts. Think of your brain like Netflix. Whatever you watch on repeat becomes your reality. Start swapping out that fear-based content with books like Rich Dad, Poor Dad, or podcasts like The Ramsey Show or Earn Your Leisure. you'll start picking up on money habits that actually build wealth, like budgeting without guilt, investing with purpose, and understanding personal finance as a life skill, not a chore. This is what real financial education looks like. It's not about hype, it's about wiring your mind to win long-term. Think about the pursuit of happiness. Will Smith's character had nothing, but he kept feeding his mind with belief and vision. He studied during every spare second, surrounded himself with the right people, and eventually broke through. That's what financial psychology is all about, training your mind to focus on what's possible, not what's scary. Fear shrinks your thinking. Wisdom expands it. You've got to choose which one's in control. The good news? You can start today. Turn your commute into a classroom with a finance podcast. Replace one episode of drama TV with a docuseries like Inside Bill's Brain or Dirty Money, stuff that shows how strategy and persistence build fortune. It's not about becoming obsessed, it's about making sure your brain is eating stuff that feeds your goals. And speaking of goals, what happens when you act rich in habits instead of just chasing the lifestyle? Here's the thing, rich isn't a look, it's a lifestyle of smart moves stacked daily. People confuse wealth with expensive clothes, luxury cars, and wild vacations, but that ain't it. Real wealth is in the money habits no one sees, tracking spending, setting goals, saying not now to flex later. Financial education means rewiring how you see success. It's not flashy, it's strategic. Most millionaires didn't spend like ballers, they thought like investors. Take Chris Gardner from The Pursuit of Happiness again. He was sleeping in bathrooms, but he dressed sharp, studied hard, and showed up like a winner. His habits were wealthy long before his bank account caught up. That's the secret most people miss. Personal finance isn't just about cash, it's about discipline, vision, and putting the future above the now. You want long-term freedom? It starts with daily choices, not daily shopping. One practical move? Automate your investments. Use apps like Acorns or Robinhood to stash $5 a day into ETFs like VOO or SCHD. Doesn't sound like much? That's $1,825 a year, not counting compound growth. That's money working while you sleep. Now that's rich energy. Meanwhile, most folks are spending that same $5 on coffee or DoorDash, with zero return. That's not a guilt trip, it's just a mindset shift. Train your brain to celebrate discipline, not impulse. Celebrate buying assets, not stuff. Watch Shark Tank. Notice how the richest people in the room get excited about profit margins, not products. They think different. And when you start thinking like them, even with less money, you're already in the right league. Speaking of thinking different, what if your words had the power to shift your money reality? Words shape worlds, and your finances are no different. Every time someone says, "I'm always broke" or "money's just not for me," they're planting seeds of scarcity in their mind. That stuff sticks. Financial psychology teaches us that the brain believes what it hears the most, especially when you're the one saying it. Speaking life over your finances means shifting the soundtrack playing in your head. Say, "I'm becoming a better money manager," or "wealth is flowing my way." Over time, that mindset becomes your reality. It's just like Queen Charlotte in Bridgerton. Behind all the glamour, she carried herself with unshakable confidence and presence. That attitude? It wasn't by accident. It was cultivated, rehearsed, spoken into existence. Your money mindset needs the same energy. Every day you repeat wealth-building statements, you're training your brain to expect growth, not struggle. And that expectation? It drives action, smarter decisions, more courage to ask for a raise, better focus on opportunities. Want to try it? Start by recording your affirmations in your voice and play them each morning. Things like "my bank account grows every day," or "I attract opportunities to increase my income." Keep it real, keep it personal. You can even stick post-it notes around your house. It might feel cheesy at first, but repetition is how beliefs are formed. Combine that with daily finance tips and you're setting your brain up to win. And here's the kicker, this ain't just spiritual fluff. Studies in neuroplasticity back this up. Consistent affirmations literally rewire thought patterns. Proverbs 18 verse 21 wasn't joking when it said life and death are in the power of the tongue. So, If you can speak life over your body, your relationships, and your dreams, why not over your money too? And that brings us full circle to something deeper than money alone. If you've made it this far, then you already know you have the power to rewire how you think, feel, and act around money. No more sleepwalking through financial decisions. No more living in fear every time your bank app loads. You've learned how to train your brain, speak wealth over your life, and reshape those deep money beliefs that kept you stuck. This isn't about luck. It's about mental discipline, smarter habits, and real financial education that creates freedom. So now it's your move. Are you really gonna keep living in survival mode when you've just unlocked the blueprint to abundance? Or are you finally ready to take control of your personal finance journey with confidence, clarity, and purpose? Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss the finance tips, money habits, and practical insights that can literally shift the way you live, from stress to stacked. And if you're serious about taking this to the next level, check out Holistic Health. Nourish your mind, balance your finances, transform your life. This isn't just another finance course. It's your go-to resource to learn how to create passive income streams, eliminate debt fast, build bulletproof money habits, and keep your mind clear when life gets messy. It's practical, it's deep, and it works. Click the link in the pinned comment now and start transforming your finances today. It's your time. Check out the material in the pinned comment.